Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2 with Chaos Counseling. Let's see. So we're going to talk to Bodane, just so I can get some game audio real quick. Yeah, no, we're good. Thank you much. Oh yeah, no, okay, now the music. The music was a little slow, but yeah, I can definitely hear it now. Okay, so last time we basically just did the prologue and then did Aveline's Act 1 story quest. Let's see. Wayward Son, Dark Source, Mercy, Group. Okay. Right. That's Carver's quest. Well, we don't need to worry about that. Yeah, so this one and this one will get me my two mage companions. And I'm on the fence about how soon I want to do those, if you know what I mean. Which is, on the one hand, getting companions. On the other hand, there are other companions I can get. Trying to remember which one. Okay, I'm cheating. Dragon Age 2 Fenris. I don't have access to the quest to get Fenris yet, so we will, we'll just, excuse me. There are a couple areas I didn't have a chance to actually go to yet, so we'll go to those places, and I assume the quest will open up to me eventually. I'm not too worried. Let's see, I haven't gone to the docks or Darktown yet. Oh. There is a letter for me. Haven't gone to the Wounded Coast or Sundermount just yet. Okay, we're actually going to go back to home real quick. Just because there's a new letter. That might be a new quest, or it might be something inconsequential. I don't know. But we're going to do it. Regardless. I like having access to all the quests at any given time, just because it...
So, someone dropped off a message for you. It's on the desk.
Thanks. Speak of the devil.
Not before he gave it a shot.
Yep. That is the quest in question. Just so. I want Varric to be right behind me, just so he's one bump. Well, I think I could have put him in slot 2. Just whenever I'm not playing a rogue in these games, I like having the rogue just one bumper click away, so I can switch over to them and have them pick locks and whatnot. Although then again, I feel the first game is the only one that I normally always play a rogue. Like I said, I almost always play a mage in Dragon Age 2 because I think they're the most fun. And again, if you play as a mage, you get Carver instead of Bethany. And I absolutely don't hate Bethany. I just, like I said last time, she was the more underdeveloped of the two. Whereas Carver's a fully fleshed out character with his own problems.
Are you Ansel?
Ah! Sweet mother of Partha. You can't just run up on someone like that. Are you the human Ephemeral told me about? The one looking for work?
Yeah.
Did you think I was going to attack you?
Oh, no. All right. Hope not. Anyhow, my apologies, human. I haven't been on the surface very long. I keep thinking I'll fall up into that sky any minute.
Yeah?
Bartrand used to be like that. Got jumpy every time he stepped outside.
You know, I used to not get this
to see
mindset,
I
but
digress.
then
I need some
what's it
help.
called?
Rather badly,
Then
in fact. Some
Abby
province
and
of
I
mine
went to
has been
Colorado for the first time back
misplaced.
in
The
October.
men who were supposed
Because
to deliver
we've
it
lived
decided
surrounded
not
by
to.
mountains.
If you retrieve my property,
But I mean,
could
yes, when I was
reward you
super
handsomely.
little, I
Just what did these men steal?
lived on the coast
Did
briefly.
I say steal?
Heck, I've even went back
I
to the
don't know if
coast,
I would
but
go that
that was
far.
years and years ago. But
They
basically,
seemed
going
like
to Colorado and
perfectly
seeing the
reasonable
Great Plains of
smugglers.
America
They
for the first time,
smiled and everything.
just this endless horizon with no
are
mountains,
valuable,
it just
however,
kind of,
and illegal.
we
And my
felt just
client
kind of
wants them
freaked out, to
very,
say the very
very
least. So I
badly.
get where this guy's coming
You know
from.
how these Templars can be.
You're smuggling lyrium to the Templars.
Of course he is. That's just bloody great.
By the Paragons, not so loudly. My word. I'm not cut out for this. I should have taken that job sweeping stables like Mother insisted.
Make it worth my time, and I'll help you.
Oh, I will. Or I'll try to.
Practically a guarantee.
The gentlemen conduct their business at night in a little hovel within the alienage. If you have to kill them, then I guess it can't be avoided. But I'm sure they'll be reasonable.
Oh, I'm actually surprised that ticked off both. I mean, I get why I ticked off Aveline. Oh, then again, hold the phone. Sorry, I do not want to lose too much affection with Aveline, so I'm going to actually put off this quest for a moment. But I'm actually surprised that ticked off Carver. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to do this too much, but let's go recruit someone else first, then. I don't think I don't really know how to get access to Isabella as of yet. She would be the ideal one for this. Let's... I suppose I could just drop Aveline from the party if I was so inclined and just go with the three of us.
Beast Street should be safe at night. Care to help out with that?
But...
You could do worse, Hawk. It's a roof.
Oh. Bandits! Sharp's Highwaymen. I do think, like, these characters, Sharp's Highwaymen, are characters that you can come across. Like, if you come across them enough times, eventually you'll actually come across, like, whoever Sharp is supposed to be. I could be completely wrong, so don't quote me on that. But that is just, like, one difference between this game versus Dragon Age 1. We don't have, like, the random world encounters that we did. Instead, you can get attacked by different groups at night or in Darktown. And yeah, if you trigger enough of those, you can potentially get other side quests.
I'll deal with this.
Okay. We are... Yeah, we're gonna do this one first. Oh, and I guess, yeah, so this is my first time in Darktown, so yeah, it makes sense that there is another, just a quest I can pick up, so... Oh, also makes sense that there's bugs down here.
Tom Wise.
Huh? Oh, Hawk. Haven't seen you since we did that job together for Athenra. Been a while. Heard you're going
Oh, yeah,
on some
I
expedition
guess
into the deep roads. and
I
right
don't think
into
any of these
Darkspawn
services
territory.
are like not
Sure that's
available to
wise?
me anymore. If I had
We
gone
can't
with
all make a
Mirren's
living in the
mercenary company
Undercity.
instead, but
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? Ethenril's scarce these days, and the coterie have their own mixers. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
I don't think. Well, then again, I've so very rarely done Mirren. Mostly just because I was always told and believed back in college that Mirren's version option was just inferior. So, but yeah, I do know I would still have access to that function even if I hadn't signed up with Federal. Like I said, maybe it was I still would have. It would have been. Oh, he just said, "It's like I haven't seen you since we did that job from Mirren or whatever." I don't know. Like I said, you know, in hindsight, maybe I should have just done Mirren for the stream for the sake of, hey, let's see something new. You know, kind of like what I did. Well, what I did on accident with Tales of Symphonia. Then again, I also kind of was thinking, like, much like, say, my Mass Effect streams, I kind of wanted to show you guys how I normally,
This is my territory.
just kind of, for the most part, a normal one of my playthroughs through this game. It's because I want, much like how I wanted to highlight Thane as my favorite romance. I mean, I guess I'm still open to romancing Myrrell, but as of right now, my plan is to romance Fenris, since Fenris is my go-to for this game. He's my favorite romance in this game. He's one of my absolute favorite Dragon Age characters. I flip-flop, and this is a hot take, I flip-flop between whether or not I like him or I like Solus better. Yeah, I know it's a hot take. Most people hate Solus. I don't. I actually genuinely really like Solus. I think he's a very fascinating character. I do love, so if you remember, he was one of the mages in the Awakening DLC. Now, he's the mage I didn't use, because I have issues with Anders. I mean, I technically prefer him to the Elf Mage, but I was playing up Edgelord's unwillingness to hang out with them as kind of like an in-joke with myself about how much I do not like him in this game. But I like that his outfit in this game is based heavily on like the Devinter robes you first meet him wearing in Awakening.
Threaten it?
Strange occupation for a warden. Aren't you more about taint and death, not healing and salvation?
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat.
Which I...
Poor Sir Pouncelot. He hated the
Again, I
deep
find it
roads.
interesting that he had to get rid of his cat, given the fact that it was a gift from the
You
Ward
had a
Commander.
cat named Sir Pouncelot in the Deep Roads.
He was a gift. A noble beast. Almost got ripped in half by a Genlock once. He swatted the bugger on the nose. Drew blood, too. The blighted
Nice.
warden said he made me too soft. I had to give him to a friend in Amaranthine.
I wonder if it was that friend that kind of was like a contact with him for his
So you came
phylactery.
to Kirkwall just to escape the wardens?
You say that like it's a small thing. Yes. I'm here because there's no warden outpost, no darkspawn, and a whole host of refugees to blend in with. And some reasons of my own.
I've always heard that joining the wardens is for life.
That's only partly true. The hopelessly tainted by the darkspawn and plagued by nightmares about the archdemon parts don't go away. But it turns out if you hide well, you don't have to wear the uniform or go to the parties.
I'm part of an expedition into the Deep Roads. Any information you have could save people's lives.
I will die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads again.
I mean, fair.
You can't imagine what I've come through to get here.
I mean,
I'm not interested. Although, a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me, I'll help you.
Let's be more specific. I don't do anything involving children or animals.
I have a warden map of the depths in this area. But there's a price.
Okay.
I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend. A mage. A prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
What do the Templars know of your plans?
I don't know. I had been exchanging notes with Carl through a maidservant in the gallows. Then the letters stopped coming.
I'm not sure about attacking Templars. I might rather take my chances with the Darkspawn.
If we fight the Templars, it is because they decide that anyone who befriends a mage deserves death without questioning.
You're not wrong.
Doesn't fighting them prove their point? They don't need more reasons to hunt us.
These are my terms. If you want my aid with your expedition, meet me in the Chantry tonight. I have sent word to Carl to be there. Make her willing, we will all leave free men.
And then again, I just realized this might also piss off Carver and Aveline. So maybe this was not the... Again, the character I want to go for from a recruitment standpoint that won't piss people off given the choices I'm going to make is Isabella. I just don't remember when I gain access to recruiting her. Sorry, Carver, I'm putting off your personal quest at the moment. We absolutely will get back to it. I just... Like, if we piss Carver off, I'm not happy about that. But he already has a rivalry with us, so it's not the end of the world. If we don't end up as, like, friends. It's just, Aveline, I do need her to be... I do need her to have a friendly relationship with me, given the choices I know I'm going to make in the finale. Because depending on the choice you make in the finale affects which characters you may potentially lose in the finale. Okay, yeah, she's still not here. Okay. Alright, fine. We're going to Sundermount. I do love the artwork we get in the level transitions. I do think it's a vast improvement over, like, the blood stain soaking through the parchment or whatever it was in the first game. Not that I dislike that. It's just, I like this better. Alright, violence time. Oh, duh. Those are the guys that Sebastian put a hit out on. And then again, I guess I could also recruit... Well, I don't... No, Sebastian doesn't join you right away. So no, I couldn't... Oh, no, not that. That's not how I open the inventory in this game. So that wouldn't really matter. Since I don't give a shit if I piss off Sebastian. If anything, he's less of a pain in the fucking ass if you piss off Sebastian. I'm gonna hold on to some of those just for now. I do know you can't get as crazy with like you will not... Hawk, by the end of this game, will not have the crazy kind of stats that the Warden did. Because there's no points we get to go into the Fade and get, like, a free +2.
Old Shemlin, your kind are not welcome among the Dalish.
So, this actually...
What's a Shemlin?
An elven slur for human.
It means you're not one of the people, and you should leave now.
I'm not expecting tea and cakes. I just need to see someone.
There's nothing here for any human.
Wait. This is the one the Keeper spoke of.
A Shemlin? I thought she'd be an elf.
Enter the camp. Keeper Marathari has been waiting for you.
So, for those who
Cause
watched
trouble,
my
and you'll meet our blade, stranger.
So for the Dalish elf origin that I played through, this is that same Dalish clan.
Marathari, I was told to bring you this amulet.
Andaranatishan, travelers. Indeed, I am Keeper Marathari. Let me look at you. There is a light in your heart, human. Don't let it go out. You will need it.
Especially since you were supposed to be the
me
protagonist of the
how
next
this
2 games as
burden
well,
fell
but that
to
didn't
you,
happen
child.
because fans threw a temper tantrum.
Your guard said you spoke of me. How did you know I was coming?
I listened. To the wind, to the birds, as the hunters do, to my dreams. I watched the stars. There is great wisdom to be found all around us.
I will say that
if you
some
know how to listen
personalities
for
in
it.
this game have shifted
But I was not
from the
certain.
first one, but I feel that's
Nothing
because they
certain.
had a much clearer vision of
Are you
how they
leader
wanted the
of these
Dalish
Dalish?
elves to be in this game.
Why did the witch tell me to bring this amulet to you?
I am the keeper of this clan. It is my task to guide my people and to ensure the old ways are not forgotten. As for Asha Belinar, I am tied to her, just as you are, by a debt that must be repaid.
Yeah, I wish we got a little more on that.
Exactly what have I been carrying around? Is it magic?
It is a promise, child, made by one whose word still has weight. And therefore, it has terrible power.
Not
There are few things in this world stronger than a promise kept. Remember that.
Ooh, we're getting Tolkien up in here.
A dragon fell from the sky, charred some darkspawn, then asked me to bring you this amulet. No big deal.
You are blessed by luck, then. I will pray that Mithal watches over your path. The amulet
technically
must
does.
be taken to an altar at the top of the mountain and given a Dalish rite for the departed. Then, return the amulet to me. Do this and your debt will be repaid.
Are you going to teach me this rite for the departed?
I will send my first with you. She will see to it the ritual is done. And when it is complete, I must ask that you take her with you when you go.
Who is your first? First of what?
Your people would call her my apprentice, or heir. Meryl would have taken my place as keeper. But she has chosen a new path. Please, guide her safely from here.
So yeah, Meryl is probably the one, in my opinion, who is the most different from the first game. And I mean, yes, we barely saw Meryl in the original game, but
That seems a little...
you'll, if you remember,
It is her
you'll
wish,
see what I mean.
and I must grant it. You will find Meryl waiting for you on the trail just up the mountain. Dareth Shiral.
Watch your steps, Yam. You don't know how many Dalish arrows are trained on.
Okay. That was written by Brother Jenna TV. I know that there's like a lot of little like these in these codexes references to the last
Feels
game.
like my fault, though.
We can get more, Hala. Master Island, a crafter for this clan. Forced to stay so close to this Shemlin city, I've seen my share of outsiders pass through our camp.
Let's see, what was his name?
Was
There
there
was
something you
another
needed?
elf that could join us.
Are you a
I don't remember his
specialist?
name, though.
What sort of
I don't
things
know
do
if
you
we can
make?
actually see him in the
A
camp.
Dalish crafter does many things. We create weapons, armor, anything our clan has need of.
I don't need anything right now.
Of course.
No, because I'm 99% sure Tareth wasn't his name. Now, this is definitely, to my understanding, one of the most, if not the most popular character from this game. And don't get me wrong, I love her to pieces. And if Fenris wasn't a thing, she would be my favorite romance in this game. And honestly, until Nev and Harding came along
I didn't hear.
in the
You must be the
fourth
one that
game,
Keeper told
she
me
was
about.
easily my favorite female romance in the
Another.
franchise.
I'm so sorry. I didn't ask your name. Unless... It's not rude to ask a human their name, is it?
Then again, maybe
I'm
the
Meryl.
only because if you remember,
you probably
Meryl
knew
was a
already.
lot more
I'm
confident
rambling, sorry.
when we met her in the first game in my origin, but that you could also make the argument she was more in her element, whereas now she's around a lot of humans and she's anyway.
Why are you leaving the Dalish for Kirkwall?
I have to. Let's leave it at that for now, all right?
Fair enough.
We didn't get a proper introduction.
I am... or was, I suppose. The first to keep a Marathari. I've studied the old ways for as long as I can remember. I know things. The law of the Dalish that can help us get to the summit of Sundermort.
You'll have to work harder than that to offend me. My name's Hawk.
Thank you.
I will say,
I'm afraid I'm not very
I know this isn't a
experienced with your kind.
criticism unique to this
The keeper said you
game,
came from Ferelden.
but
I spent most of my life there. We only came north a few years ago. Have you been in the Free Marches long? Do you like it here?
when you're given options to ask extra questions or whatnot, but then continue the conversation, you only respond to the very first, like the thing that was actually said before you were given the choice. Even if at that point that response doesn't make sense anymore, you know?
Oh, I miss the cold. And the dirt. Kirkwall's not brown enough for me. But hey, no Darkspawn.
Ferelden wasn't that brown. The dirt and muck gave it character. We should go. Your task is for Asha Bellinar. It's not wise to make her wait.
Do you know the witch who sent me here?
No, not personally. My people tell stories of her, though. You're very lucky. Most people who meet Asha Bellinar wind up in little pieces, hanging from the trees.
Let's get this over with.
Okay, I don't remember. Okay, I don't think she becomes like a party member until after we complete this quest. That's fine. We were going to complete the quest regardless. And then maybe Isabella can become recruitable after that. I don't remember if we have to complete a story quest to get her, but...
The Keeper didn't mention you were a mage.
All keepers know a bit of old magic. The stories tell us that all Elven once had the gift. But like so many things, it was lost. It's a keeper's job to remember, to restore what we can.
Does the Chantry know about the Dalish mages?
Oh, they know. Keeper Marathari told me that was one of the reasons we never camped too long in one place.
Fair.
They usually won't pursue us if we stay away from the cities and towns and keep moving. But my clan is now in more danger, having lost our Hala.
I guess I didn't see any Hala. How did you lose your Hala?
If you go to Kirkwall, You'll be an apostate in a city full of Templars.
I know. But if I don't go to Kirkwall, I'll be alone. A solitary elf is easy prey for anyone. In the city, I can get lost in the crowd.
Please keep turning skeletons into toads for us.
But I never... Right. Not literally. Happy to help. I've done a little fighting before, but it was always alone.
Bullshit.
I'll try not to hit anyone. On our side, I mean. I'm babbling again. Let's go.
Yeah, again, that's kind of what I mean by she's the one who feels the most like a new character. Because, I mean, she was one of the people who went with the Warden to investigate that mirror. And they did a fuck ton of fighting in that. I mean, okay, yes, it was just for a day. So, yeah, she's hardly a veteran fighter or whatnot. But she also hasn't, like she was said, I've never fought with more people, you know? By the way, once we get to know Meryl, she will actually kind of have a throwaway line acknowledging that she did know the Warden. And again, I'm saying the Warden versus Edgelord, because yes, we are continuing from Edgelord's save file, but it's the Warden.
So the Keeper finally found someone to take you from here.
Yes.
Then finish your task quickly, human. We cannot be rid of this one too soon.
I'm sensing a story here.
I have made my choice. And I will save our clan whatever you think.
Sundermount seems very mountainous today, doesn't it? Lots of rock and hillside.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Let's go. We should hurry.
Now, I can't prove it. And so, spoilers, I guess. I'm going to make sure this doesn't happen. But something that this game tried to do is it tried to make sure that this game had stakes with the choices you made. So there is a possibility that, like, most of your party can actually die one way or another. Now, again, even in my very first playthrough, I didn't lose a single companion except for one, but that's beside the point.
You're not really seeing the Dalish at their best. We're good people that look out for each other. Just not today, apparently.
But you can actually potentially kill Liliana in the first game.
The Dalish are delightful.
But they then brought her back for the next two games, and I think the Dragon Age developers...
Right. Sarcasm.
They didn't want to undermine the player's choices.
I must see this through.
As a result, any character who could potentially die in one game
known for her patience.
is basically doomed to never show up again in a sequel. I bring this up because I'm fairly certain that there's a character in Dragon Age Veilguard named Balara. I honestly think at one point in time, they were genuinely considering making that character be Meryl. Because both characters are Dalish elves who are very much all about trying to preserve and study. I mean, yes, you could argue every Dalish elven mage is all about the preserving and studying of their culture. That's kind of one of the things that it means to be a Dalish, but I really feel at one point in time Balara was probably supposed to be Meryl. But to not undercut, again, the player's choice is to potentially have Meryl die in this game. They're like, no, it's got to be a holding cast. I think with only Varric and Harding being the only returning character, well, and the Inquisitor being the only returning characters in Veilguard. Oh, and Dory. Okay, so there were a few more returning characters, but again, just no one who could die. Actually, I will say, I think that's another reason why Veilguard probably let a couple people down, is they deliberately wanted, because again, it took 10 years for that game to come out. They wanted that game to be as accessible to new players as possible, so they set it in part of the world that you had never been to before. So the number of returning characters had to be kept minimal because of that. Because I know that there were a couple voice actors who were upset their characters weren't returning. Some of them, well, they decided not to bring their characters back because the actor was problematic. People who know which character I'm talking about know which character I'm talking about. I know that, like, Freddie Prinze Jr., who voiced Iron Bull in the third game, was a little upset that his character wasn't coming back. But I'm like, Freddie, your character was that important for one, and for two, he can die. Like, he can die in the game, so that's an automatic disqualification for coming back, is they don't want to undermine the player's choices. And the developers have stated that in their heads, the story route that he can die in is their headcanon. And yes, I know games that port plot data over like this really should be open for any potential playthrough, but I also have to sympathize with just how difficult it would be to write and program stories like that, you know?
To give you a hand with that.
What earth-shattering matter requires my...
And I will say, Varric is like the ultimate rogue in that, so, in this game, pickpocketing is based solely on a character's cunning. And since Varric has his automatic crossbow that he can never take off, you could potentially just do nothing but throw cunning onto Varric just to make sure you can pick anything. Because you never need to worry about his dex being high enough for him to equip the new weapon, because he's always going to have his crossbow equipped. Granted, that does mean he'll do less damage, but I do know it is a struggle that I've always had whenever I make Isabella my primary rogue, is since she dual wields knives, you do need to take into account that she uses, that she does need dex in order to get better knives on. And then, I've only ever used Sebastian once, and I didn't even use him throughout the whole game, because I really do not like Sebastian. I know he has fans, I know he has merit, I know I'm being a little short-sighted, but I really do not like Sebastian, I'm sorry. Also, I actually played Dragon Age 2 before I played Dragon Age 1, so I did not fully grasp the context of this next conversation. Actually, I need to turn the lights on, it's getting dark in here.
I can open the way forward. One moment.
I didn't fully grasp the depths of blood magic.
That was not normal.
And why that was such a problem, you know?
Yes, it was blood magic, but I know what I'm doing. The spirit helped us, didn't it?
Sure, demons are very helpful. Right up until they take your mind and turn you into a monster.
Well, yes. But that won't happen. I know how to defend myself. Be careful up ahead. Restless things prowl the heights. In the days of Arlathon, the elders came here to sleep. Uthanara, the endless dream they called it. But they don't sleep peacefully anymore.
Okay, good. I got some friendship from Aveline. Good, good, good. And I get to level up. Excellent. Let's see. Actually, hold on. I'm curious. Is it worth being able to equip the Blood Dragon armor just for the lulz, or no? So I still don't have any specialization points. I'm gonna keep the Apostate's boots on. It's the same armor, and honestly, they just look better. I'm gonna hold on to that staff just in case Meryl can equip it once she joins, and there we go. I'm like, okay, I know for a fact we get attacked by skeletons here. That was the entire reason why Meryl was like, oh, but they don't sleep soundly anymore. I don't know why I'm singing that. Well, I'm not really singing it. I'm more just saying it in very slow, potentially salacious way. Do not judge me, ass clowns.
Place the amulet on the altar.
What if I don't want to? Ring of... Right. Again, it's funny. When I first tried... Since, like I said, I played this game first, actually. I felt it was weird going back to how Dragon Age Origins had you open up the menu. But, fuck. Because I played so much of that, I'm now back to doing it that way.
Aharin amalana sale. Emma ira au bella seviranan. Isalahamin vinanhim dofilas. In usenera narivas. And here we are.
Under Anatishan Ashabalana.
One of the people. I see. So young and bright. Do you know who I am, beyond that title?
I know only a little.
Then stand. The people bend their knee too quickly. So refreshing to see someone who keeps their end of a bargain. I half expected my amulet to end up in a merchant's pocket.
No one wanted to buy it. Maybe because it had a witch inside?
Just a piece. A small piece. But it was all I needed. A bit of security, should the inevitable occur. And if I know my Morrigan, it already has.
I've always wondered, if you don't kill Flemeth, are there technically two of them out there? Or can they, like, reunite?
She's a girl who thinks she knows what is what better than I or anyone. And why not? I raised her to be as she is. I cannot expect her to be less.
I'm not sure whether she's your daughter or your enemy.
Neither is she.
That's also fair.
Why did you need me to bring you here?
Because I had an appointment to keep. And because I did not want to be followed, you smuggled me here quite nicely.
Fair.
I don't understand. Are you some kind of vision?
Must I be in only one place? Bodies are such limiting things. I am but a fragment cast adrift from the whole, a bit of flotsam to cling to in the storm.
A fragment?
You do not need to understand, child. Know only that you may have saved my life, just as I've saved yours. An even trade, I think.
So that's why I do wish Hawk was the protagonist in the series going forward, because you do get an answer to what happened here in the sequel.
Destiny awaits us both, dear girl. We have much to do.
But
before I go, a word of advice. We stand upon the precipice of change. The world fears the inevitable plummet into the abyss. Watch for that moment, and when it comes, do not hesitate to leap. It is only when you fall that you learn whether you can fly.
Cheap advice from a dragon.
We all have our challenges.
Are we going to regret bringing her here?
Regret is something I know well. Take care not to cling to it, to hold it so close that it poisons your soul. When the time comes for your regrets, remember me. As for you, child, step carefully. No path is darker than when your eyes are shut.
Maceranus Ashabelinar.
Now the time has come for me to leave. You have my thanks and my sympathy.
Yeah, just thinking about it, I think the only character in Dragon Age 2 that can potentially not die is Ewan Varric, actually. Well, technically Sebastian, but something else can happen to him. Actually, that is a good question. How did Sundermount get its name? I do know that something that I'm grateful that they changed both. This is a thing that was in both Dragon Age Origins and the first Mass Effect, was you could accidentally talk to your companions in combat or in the field, then you have to enter the...
Macerana's child, your debt is paid.
So I'm glad that they did away with that.
It isn't too late to change your mind, Dalen.
Dareth Shiral, Keeper. I'm ready. Let's depart. Elganon. Is this really where the elves live?
Not the prettiest part of Kirkwall, but it doesn't have a view of the giant chains. Take what you can get. I
didn't think it would be so... I've never seen so many people in one place before. It seems so lonely.
Working your way up will be fun. All right, that was a lie. It won't be fun.
Some adventurer I am. Barely set out and I'm already daunted.
I know that feeling
Thank
so
you for
well.
everything. For all your help. Will you come visit me? Not now, of course. But maybe later. I could use a friend.
Of course. But only because you used that "you kicked my puppy" voice.
Thank you. Oh, I'm thanking you too much, aren't I? I mean it, though.
That's kind of another example of the game registering that Hawk is a sillier character. Because again, had Hawk been... I've been playing the more serious, more diplomatic. Hawk would have responded, again, either friendly or diplomatic. Oh, there's a quest behind me. Hello, Meryl.
I didn't think you'd come. I'll find something relatively clean for you to sit on. Can I get you something to eat or drink? I have water.
It's cozy. And your furry friends are charming.
Oh, are the rats back? I thought I'd found all their holes. I wanted to thank you for bringing me here, but I'm making a mess of it.
Okay, I am going to flirt with her for now, just to keep the door open, but I do think I still am going to go with Fenris.
I'm sure I could think of a better way for you to thank me.
Well, of course you could. I haven't exactly had many friends. Not even among my own clan. This is... tricky.
What made you unpopular with the Dalish?
Being first to the Keeper, I was always a bit secluded. I studied magic and history while the others were learning the Via Tanadal. It's good that I left. I'd have made a terrible Keeper. I was never that good with people.
It won't take long before you're the most popular girl in the alienage.
Mythal, I hope not. I'd managed to say something stupid in front of everyone and embarrass myself. Thank you for coming to visit me, Hawk. It means a lot to me.
Again, this also very much has like kind of a Mass Effect 2 vibe to it, in that there's a very big emphasis on character quests. They feel in a way that it's probably emphasized a little more than it's emphasized, I think, a little more than Mass Effect 2, mostly because in Mass Effect 2 everyone had one big loyalty quest, whereas this one, most of the characters have personal quests throughout the course of the game, which I prefer, albeit I do feel the loyalty quests are ultimately shall I say, a little more interesting in how they affect in-game possibilities, if that makes any sense. Sorry, one second. Just a message I've got to respond to.
I'm sorry for your loss, mistress. But I can offer your son mercy only if he turns himself in.
I'm trying to find him, but...
The Templars cannot tolerate apostates.
This will be Mother if we're not careful.
I'm guessing that Templar wasn't here to offer your son his good wishes.
I am Ariane. My boy, Fainriel. He's all I have. All my family. When I learned he had magic, I could not bear to send him to the Circle.
Sequels.
But his connection to
I know
the
that
Fade, it gives him nightmares.
it's hard.
Dreams of demons speaking in his mind. I would rather lose him to the Circle than to himself.
Okay, I definitely misspelled that.
Did your son run away?
He learned I had contacted Sir Thrask. He felt I betrayed his trust. He thinks he can live free of the Circle, but I am afraid without proper training, he'll kill himself.
Those look like Dalish tattoos. Why do you live in the city?
I was born to the Dalish, but came to Kirkwall for a time and dallied with a human merchant, Vincento. When I found I was with child, neither Vincento nor my tribe wished the burden of an elf-blooded human infant. I raised Fainriel myself, here in the alienage.
Men suck. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking up if Fainriel shows up in other games.
Tell me the whole story.
I learned years ago that my son likely had magical talent, but we could not bear the thought of him locked in the gallows. So we hid. When the nightmares began, Fainriel still refused to contact the Circle. But I truly think they are the only people who might save his life.
That is a shame. Fainriel is another example of a character that had
what kind of
so much potential to like build the lore of the world in later games.
Pulling him into their world.
But because he can potentially have a very, very, very bad outcome, he just doesn't show up again.
They are the only ones that can protect a mage from his own powers.
Abominations are always so awkward at family reunions.
No, please, you must find him before the demons finish their work. He must be brought to safety. If you won't do it for Fainriel, do it for Kirkwall. The Templars say a lad like my son is a danger to the whole city if left untrained.
When I find him, it's my decision whether he is safer in the Circle or eliminated.
No, please don't hurt him. He's just a boy. Talk to him. I know you'll see he's a good lad. He just needs to be protected from himself. I don't know where Fainriel is gone, but there are 2 places you might start your search. Sir Thrask has been looking for him. If you speak to him in the gallows, he'll be able to tell you what ground he's already covered. And Fainriel's father, Vincento, recently returned from Antiva. He's a merchant in the Lowtown Bazaar. Fainriel might have sought him out.
I will not leave you fearful for a moment longer than necessary.
He ought to have his own life. Out from the shackles of the Circle. Everyone should.
The boy sounds one breath away from becoming an abomination. Let's get to him, fast.
Thank you. It has been a lonely time hiding. It's almost a relief to finally confront this openly. Please, Sir
Oh, interesting. Sorry, I want to test something. I was expecting either to lose or gain approval from Carver for kind of saying, oh, I'll help him, or to gain approval or to lose approval with Meryl. I kind of want to see what happens if I pick the other option. Doesn't really matter. I mean, if it doesn't matter one way or the other, I don't really care, but I'm now curious.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mr.
But his connection to the Fade, it gives... I raised Fenrir. He thinks he can live... If you won't do it for I'd... And Fenrir's father, Vincento. Thank you.
Okay, no difference. That's interesting. It's very interesting. I really expected... Then again, it might just be because since he's still a kid, you know? Maybe that's more what it is, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, let's go talk to him. Well, let's go talk to him, but let's also pop our head into the hangman. Maybe I can recruit Isabella now, maybe not, I don't know. It's worth a shot though, I think. Don't remember what triggers Isabella's recruitment. Oh well.
From the highest heights of Mount Davarus is...
I don't know how I wound up in Darktown. There are just too many corners in Kirkwall.
Still got that ball of twine?
I left it at my house. Don't worry, I won't get lost while we're following Hawk.
Bring it next time, Daisy. Just in case.
Greetings, my lady. You look like a woman who'd appreciate the finest rubies from Antiva raising her lovely neck. I bring only the best northern merchandise to the free marches.
Actually, I'm more interested in your son.
My lady, I'm a bachelor. I've never met a woman of sufficient beauty and charm to tie Vincento down. Let us not ruin the day with such weighty thoughts. Perhaps I could show you my silks.
We're not Templars, Sirrah. Fenrir has nothing to fear from us.
Maldición, you are a mage. I suppose you'd be kind then to a boy who resists being taken in by Templars?
To an elf-blooded child abandoned by his human father? Of course we would.
Burn.
The boy's in over his head. So I sent him to the only man I know who doesn't despise mages. A former Templar named Samson.
Why would a Templar help him?
His conscience plagues him, having served the Templars too long. He now helps mages on the run. He stays out of sight during the day. At night, he stays near Darktown. That's the best place to find him.
So yeah, if you remember, I mentioned that when we passed Samson, I mentioned he would be a bit of a reoccurring character in this game. Again, he potentially has a bigger role in the next game, though. Well, I guess bigger is a matter of opinion. What the shops here? I forgot about that.
You're from Ferelden.
I don't like a ton
Sometimes.
that they still sell, like, mage armor or, like, armor.
Are you the Templar who is pursuing the boy Fainrail?
I did not realize his name was known so widely.
And I didn't know we would announce it to a Templar.
Perhaps you know Ariane from when she was with the
We don't all know each other. There are a lot of clans, you know.
Are you a friend of his?
Have you met him? What is he like?
From his mother's description, he sounds much like any youngster we bring to the Circle. Frightened of his gift, resentful at losing his freedom, convinced he is the one exception to our laws. Hardly someone you would wish the power to murder people with his mind.
No young boy should have to face down demons alone.
It is surprising what sympathies mages evoke. I always expect people to be more wary of their powers than touched by their struggles. If we do not find Fainrail soon, it will not matter. Either he will be taken by the demons, or by less mystical predators. And I've said more than enough on the topic. This is a Templar matter, and we will be handling it.
Seems like you Templars could use all the help you can get.
True. It is surely not in the lad's best interests to turn away anyone who seeks to find him. There is a Templar, former Templar, by the name of Samson. He left the Order due to philosophical differences.
Okay. I figured you'd end up with Samson regardless, but I realized I've actually never
went to him, Samson didn't tell
actually come to talk to Thrask about this, so I just kind of wanted to see. Well, I got some approval from Meryl out of it, so I'd say it was worth it.
I think I found something of yours.
And those are things that you will find throughout this game. Like, you just pick up random items during quests or whatnot that will just be like, hey, deliver this to here. Just when you can. No rush. Yeah. So, just... that's a thing to look out for if you play this. Did I? Yeah, I did. I bought a recipe from that.
Ah, welcome, my dear friend, to Sol's shop. My name is Solicitus. Please take a look around. My apologies in advance. Our shelves are a bit bare at the moment. Actually, if you're interested, I could use a bit of help to remedy that.
Remedy that. Potions shop. You, my good man, are priceless.
The pun
Potion
wasn't
seller.
intentional, although I may use that next time. It's been too dangerous to leave the city of late, and the substances I require for my creations are, of course, elsewhere. Perhaps you could find them. You'll be compensated for your time, have no fear. I'll also give you first pick of my new creations.
Sure.
Make up a list of what you need, and I'll keep an eye out for you.
Perfect. A discount on everything in the shop, Syrah.
Thank you. Actually, I wonder, is there a shop in the brothel in town? I almost never go into it outside of, like, the required quests, but... I mean, because I know that... I kind of skipped over it. Reminds me.
Greetings, Monsieur.
Because I completely skipped over it in the first Dragon Age game because I didn't feel the need to include that content because I'm trying to... who am I kidding? I showed both sex scenes, so I should stop acting high and mighty or whatever. But in the first 2 games, you can go to the brothel and you can, you know, pay to have sex with someone. And in both games, this was probably where the game shows its age the worst. They have kind of a bad taste trans joke. But I think in this game, you actually can only use the brothel in the first act.
Always calling and getting rid of idiots. Especially thugs who target the streets just because it's dark.
Right. Hey, Samson. You're right here. Or Samson.
Old Vincento said someone might come sniffing around. You're looking for the boy, right? Feign something. I'll tell you now, there's not much I can do for you.
Is it true you give aid to apostates fleeing the Templars?
The mages I help, they're no more than children, newly discovered their magic and terrified. Barely left their mother's skirts, and now we're saying they got to be locked away for their own good. That demons are hunting them. Do you wonder they run?
Just looking at you, I'd say you're a man who helps anyone for the right price.
What kind of price?
How's this?
Right. The lad came to me, not a silver in his pockets. Told him there's nothing I can do for him. I pointed him to a ship captain I know, Rayner. Sometimes he'll take on runaways. Took another apostate last week, girl I sent him. Might have gone wrong, though. I heard rumors he took the both of them captive instead.
So your good friend's a kidnapper? Can't say I'm surprised.
Not a friend. Just someone who's not afraid to try this business. Rumor has it, Rayner had the pair of them locked inside a Keys warehouse, somewhere close to dockside. You want to go looking, you might find the lad before he gets ransomed to the Templars. Or worse.
Right. Yeah, we have already done this conversation, so...
Are you answer?
Ah! Are you the human of... The men who were supposed to deliver it decided not to. The goods are valuable. My word.
I'll get it back for...
Must we? Oh, thank goodness. If you...
Yeah, seemed like no matter what we do, Carver would not be happy with that. Nice option, however, I have an 87 nuclear missile launched at your house. Oh, that's unfortunate. You know what? I'm going to actually go finish the Fainrill quest before I finish the Fenris one. Just because I don't want to piss off Fenris with what I plan on doing. Here we go. Wayward Son. Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. We'll punch some Templars in the nose. Once I rose above the noise and confusion, until I saw the Templars and mages give each other head contusions. I'm forcing the rhyming because I got no singing skills. I'm done. And I just realized, because I've got Varric, me and Meryl, we've got 3 ranged units, and Carvers are only up close and personal fighter. Yeah, that's fine. Again, we've got the, better armor. With Meryl and I, we both have, like, mage armor and stone armor, so we'll be alright. I will say that, sadly, the stone armor does look a little worse when your characters are wearing actual robes, but it's fine. I'm in pants, especially with, if you actually look up Hawk, oh yeah, I just remember there is a shop here, but it's only open during the day. Actually, I think most of the shops are only open in the day, except for maybe some in Darktown. But like Hawk does have like a cannon armor look. I'm pretty sure that didn't make a whole lot of sense, but
Not going to happen.
no, right.
We do a lot of walking, don't we?
Drat. That outfit's, it's not a robe, it's more, you know, like pants and armor and whatnot. It's a good design. I do like it. There is a unique design for Mage Hawk, Warrior Hawk, and Rogue Hawk. But like I said, they basically considered Mage Hawk to be the canon option. Oh, we're playing.
Someone at the doors. Kill everyone who's not one of us.
Good for you. And I'm going to just kill you real quick. That's alright.
Watch where you step.
Yeah, you kind of get used to being the rogue. You kind of forget, I'm like, wait, I'm not the person who can disable the traps or pick the locks or whatever.
I love doing that.
Get a hold of her.
Please, help me. Anyone.
That was not a
Get
great
the
line
hands.
delivery.
I heard they can't do no spells without hands.
You know nothing of magic.
It is kind of a shame that you couldn't save her, but... Oh, right. I need to switch back to B. But it's there to kind of make you realize just how volatile Fainrail could... That's the name, right? Fainrail can actually be in the circumstances, so I get it. Plus, it is just kind of there to make sure that from the get-go, it's like, yeah, people are gonna die. There's not a whole lot you can do about that.
Worry about.
That. Was exciting.
Baker's breath, Hawk. You do get the don't you?
That's a lot of blood.
That poor thing. What was her name? Where were they taking her?
So yeah, if you didn't catch that, because like the conversation got a little muddled in the combat, that girl that turned into an abomination is actually the daughter of that Templar who was looking for Fainrail. Did I say Captain? I meant Templar. Maybe I said Templar. Either way. So, is sympathetic towards the mages because he does have a child who is a mage.
Bugger off.
I'm actually surprised I don't have to fight those guys or whatever. I'm pretty sure Sundermount. No. Oh, here. Okay. Come on, there we go. So up should be Carver's thing. Down this way should be Fainrell's.
Cutting through the alleys in Lowtown alone at night.
Nothing ever happens. I'm perfectly safe, Varric.
Yes, I know. And that nothing is costing me a fortune.
I love... it was in the first game, but the character banner in this game is so much better.
Why, look here, boys. Volunteers. Clap 'em in irons and let's see what the Tevinters will pay for 'em.
I'd make a terrible slave. I talk too much. And I do that.
Nobody threatens me on my ground. Shut this bitch up.
Are you gonna die without getting to do... Yeah, he died without getting to do anything. What? Who's the bitch now? Yeah, I will say definitely just kind of sitting on it. This game does have... This game's probably the least fun to be a mage, ironically enough. Even though it's the one game where I absolutely will always play a mage. Because like, the mage subclasses in this game are not amazing by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, they're not... amazing in the next game either. Like, it's technically best to be a mage in the first game. Damn it. We need to get you more cunning, man. Although it's also a lot of fun to be a mage in... Okay, it's fun to be a mage the most in the first and the last game. That being said, I'm not going to be a mage when I do, when I play through Veilguard for the channel. I'm probably going to be either a warrior or a rogue, depending on who I end up romancing. Because, like, just, I'll say it now, I'm probably going to romance Fenris in this game, but I'm leaving the door open to possibly romance Meryl, because I kind of go back and forth on those two. In the next game, I'm most likely going to romance Solus, since he is my favorite. And then I'm trying to decide between... Because, like, I romanced Harding and Veilguard, and I'm now kind of torn between them. Like, okay, do I want to romance do I want to romance Nev, Davrin, or Balara in what I'm going to play through? Because, like, I have played through every Dragon Age game multiple times, but Veilguard. Veilguard is the only one that, as of right now, I've only played through once. So I'm going to use this stream kind of as a way... I'm going to use that stream as a way to just see something else up. perspective on it, you know? That, the romance option might be one that I might actually leave to a poll for you guys, since it's going to just be a personal playthrough, not an edgelord one.
No thanks to this lot, can't get a decent... You, though, you're what a man needs. A skilled enthusiast.
You can start making sense any time now.
My manners. Javaris Tintop, merchant and investor. I need forward thinkers to help court the Kunari.
Court the Kunari? Make her think of the children.
Shut up, Varric, but don't
Those
actually shut up.
hornheads in Kirkwall have a powder that explodes, and it's just dust. No lyrium, no demons. Anyone can use it.
I often look at every second idiot and think, he needs more power.
I doubt they were eager to sell.
That Arishok said I wasn't worthy. That only their outcast, the Tal-Vashoth, or that mercenary. I said, great, I'll go talk to them. Didn't go over well. But, made me think. Maybe he'll bargain if I get rid of something that bothers him more than, well, me.
The Tal-Vashoth.
The Tal-Vashoth. Are you up for some paid hunting?
Your people must have something like that already.
Small things, shaped to crack faults, not shatter the earth. Plus, they're mostly lyrium. Expensive, poisonous. The Chantry controls it topside. The glow makes you a target. Problem after problem.
All right, I'll step in for you. For a price.
I'm done bargain hunting. I want it done right. Now, best I could figure, they're up the Wounded Coast, a whole camp. Take their heads off and meet me at the compound in Kirkwall. Get this right, and we'll be richly rewarded. Richly.
Joy, it's a gigantic spider! So, in this game, there isn't as much, like... If I remember correctly, you can't, like, pick up, like, a fuck ton of elf fruit everywhere you go. It's more like, oh, there's an elf fruit. Click on it, you'll get a codex entry. Now you can, I don't know, order it or something. I do remember it does work completely differently in this game compared to some of the others. Now, occasionally, if you go to a location, but there's a specific quest that needs to trigger in a unique... Because, like, that mountain pathway that we just left, we can't choose to go there. The game will take us there if we try to go to either Sundermount or the coast, and there's a quest there for us to find. Yeah. I have nothing further to add. I just... Duty, Tal-Vashoth, Wayward Son. Carry on my wayward son. Okay, we're gonna...
Swording? Those things you do with the sword. Looks tricky. Hard to learn.
Takes a lot of practice.
Well, you seem good at it.
So, this is our kind of our first look at how the Kunari have been. Yes, I know this is Tal-Vashoth, not the Kunari, but the species that Sten is. This is our first look at them. They're now, and I mean, again, this would kind of get retconned again in the third game, but in this, they all have like super white skin and horns. Oh, yeah.
I was a beast then. A werewolf. I did many terrible things. I'm sorry.
Sorry does not bring my mother back.
I was a victim too, Elf. Of Zathrian's vengeance. Stranger, please calm her down.
Did I hear you right? You're a werewolf?
I was one, but no longer. Her Dalish keeper cursed some humans with lycanthropy long ago. The disease spread over the years, but the hero of Ferelden freed us.
He was cursed. You can't blame him for that.
You stand up for him? Fine. Then you will die for him.
Now, I don't know if she's meant to be the child of, like, a specific elf from Zathrian's clan. Like, I remember at one point thinking, oh, maybe she's the daughter of the elf that was turned into a werewolf that we killed, that she begged us to kill her or whatever, but I don't know if the age lines up with that, you know?
It didn't have to come to this.
No, you're probably right.
Take this. And thanks.
I mean, quite rarely does bloodshed, whenever bloodshed happens, it didn't actually have to come to that. But someone was not willing to back down. Not character inventory. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the smuggler's robes for now, just for no other reason than... Yeah, they just... I need to see if there's, like, a storage chest I can put these in, you know? I don't necessarily... because I don't want to lose these, but I also can't exactly equip them. Oh, there we go. Actually, I think the reason why my college roommates may have said that siding with Ephemeral is better is because I have a feeling, I can't prove it, but I have a feeling that the armor you got from the mercenaries doesn't have this buff of gives you better loot drops or whatever. Maybe it would have like, oh, instead of a loot drop, it gives you better like a monetary drop or something. But I know a lot of people feel better loot is usually better in the long run because better loot usually sells for more gold than just what bonus gold gets dropped, you know? No, that was a waste on that. I can't prove that. Again, I've sided with... I've joined up with Mirren on so few occasions that I don't actually really know what you get out of it. And again, just looking back, I'm like, the only reason why I was constantly doing Ephemeral over Mirren was mostly because that's just what my roommates told me, like, oh, that's the better option. And I mean, I know that arguably, at least on the surface, Athenril seems like the more up and up option, due to the simple fact that, again, I didn't actually do it, so you guys didn't see it, but Mirren does ask you to kill a guy. But Athenril, as some other people pointed out as I was kind of looking it up, actually is a worse person than Mirren, because the forum that I found argued, I'm like, yeah, the guy that he wanted you to kill, he had maybe not a justifiable reason, but he had a reason for wanting him dead. But Athenril is an actual kind of hardened criminal, because she does some pretty shady shit if you... Because, like, if you piss her off and she comes back for blood, she is way...
That's not really my...
Damn it. More aggressive than Mirren is, and... she's a lot more willing to screw people over to get what she wants, to say the very least. Because I will probably get this quest later, but...
Take one more step.
Athenril will be like, hey, I need you to get something back for me, and it's like, I basically need you to take...
Tell this dirtbag who we are.
If I were you, I wouldn't be threatening the Viscount's son.
What? Oh, I suppose you just got a tip from a slaver that he was selling mage flesh cheap. You never thought to ask where he got it? You never wondered if you were buying the Viscount's well-known love child from his elven mistress. The boy he swore to protect, even if it meant raising the entire...
So, fun fact, since I was not good at paying attention when I first played through.
Free marches. Take the lad to his father.
I actually thought he really was the Viscount's son. I was kind of dumb.
That's quite a generous offer.
This was the price set on the boy. Please accept it as an offer of peace.
Who are you? Are you working for the Templars?
Your mother sent me.
Huh. Hardly a difference. I can't believe her. My whole life it was all, I'll love you and protect you. Then I have some bad dreams and it's off to the Templars.
I'm here to help you, Fainrail.
Why? You don't even know me.
I am you.
You know, you're the first mage I've met. Most are locked up like lepers. Is there any chance you'd help me reach the Dalish? That's where I was trying to go. See if they'd take me in. I'm as much Dalish as human.
You don't whittle down those ears. They're apt to shoot you on sight.
I'd rather be killed by the Dalish than turned tranquil by Templars.
Fair enough.
Look, I know it's different in other kingdoms, but here, no one helps circle mages. Anything the Templars don't like, you get the brand. The Dalish, they've had magic forever. They could teach me. I won't be a danger, I swear.
It will be your humanity that marks you among the people, not your magic. But I think they will take you.
His own mother says he's plagued by demons. Do you really want him loose?
Was your mother right? Are you plagued by demons already?
I can't say for sure. I have dreams. There are voices in the dreams. They ask me to come, to give shape to the void around them. But the Dalish Keeper is wise. If anyone can help, she can.
I know the Keeper. I'll make sure she takes you in.
Then she does not hate humans. Oh, you don't know what a relief that is. I knew she could help me. Thank the creators, you were the one my mother hired to find me. I will forever be in your debt, friend.
So what now? We go tell his mother, your boy's alive, but he hates you.
Yeah. I know there is a way to actually get Carver's, friendship up, and it is fun to do, but I also... No, you do have to make some decisions I'm not always on board for, like you do have to send him to the Templars. So I'm not going to be doing a Carver friendship run. Not entirely, anyway. I mean, I am going to still do a Fenris friendship run, which means I am going to be playing something of a self-hating mage. But, I mean, again, it's a toss-up between Meryl and Fenris. I haven't decided yet. But, so yeah, there will be elements of self-mage hate, but still. Again, honestly, in my very first playthrough of the game, I did do the whole self-hating mage route. Except I really did lean into the roleplay rather than just, I want to get good outcomes, if you know what I mean. It was fun. So I have a friend who played through the Dragon Age games for the first time recently, and oh, that poor sweet summer child. She basically kept getting her heart broken and, like, got everyone in Dragon Age 2 killed. Because, like, in all 3 of her playthroughs, she romanced Alistair. Alistair broke up with her in the same way that Alistair kind of broke up with Edgelord. I don't remember if she romanced Fenris or Anders, but got Fenris killed. And I don't remember what happened. Like I said, I don't remember if she romanced Fenris or Anders, but got Fenris killed, and Anders kind of... Well, I think she got Anders... I think Anders died too. Dragon Age Inquisition, she romanced Solus, and I know a big complaint people have with Solus is that while he does very much love the Inquisitor, he doesn't complete... You can't do a complete romance with him.
You have frolicking areas?
Just because he has
Here we go.
intimacy and commitment issues. More Talbashot. Oh, that's a mate. Talbashot mage. Now, normally, whenever I go to an area, I do try to, like, clear all the quests. But because I am streaming in the evening and my time is way more limited, I am going to ignore the duty quest and the Black Powder Promise for now. Just so it's like we can actually go back and do Fenris's recruitment quest. Since I've already dilly-dallied away from that one enough. I will say where the staff connects to Hawk's body has always looked a little strange to me. That it's like the point of connection is on the shoulder, not the back, like the center of the back. Like, well, then again, the double swords were technically on the shoulders. It's just the way that. Guess what I'm getting at is because of that, the focus of just how the weapon hangs on the mage's back, it's not on the center of Hawk's back like other weapons tend to be. It's like, yeah, technically speaking, Carver here, yeah, it attaches at his shoulder, but just the way it rests, it does still look like the focus is on the center of his back, you know. I know, this is a really stupid thing to harp on, but I'm a really stupid individual. We should, yeah, it's kind of apparent. That should be apparent at this point. By the way, do you kind of see that face up there on the map? That's an indicator that there's a companion here, or in that particular case, I'm like, hey, this is the door that will lead into a companion's residence. Now, one thing I will say, and I don't know if it was specifically the Xbox 360 version of Dragon Age Origins or what, but I do know that, like, being able to pick up loot, that becomes more apparent a lot quicker in this game than it does in Dragon Age Origins. As you guys might remember, I literally, like, stood around the bodies, waited for, like, I don't know, 10 seconds, walked away, then would come back, and now I could loot the bodies. So yeah, it is considerably quicker in this game.
Can't we talk about this? No?
Nope.
It's empty.
Bloody time. Who put us up to this?
I guess we have no choice but to go back.
I would explain why he was as jumpy as he was.
That's not the elf. Who is that?
I mean, we have a elf
Doesn't
with
matter.
us.
We were told to kill whoever enters the house.
We're under attack.
Let the last surprise. More are coming.
So, it didn't come up a ton in Dragon Age 1, but for those who don't know, the Tevinter Imperium is kind of built up as, like, I don't know, the way it's talked about in the first two games, even into the third game a little bit, is it kind of comes across as, like, fantasy North Korea. Or fantasy Nazi Germany, or... But basically what it boils down to is that it's a place that the, it's ruled by mages instead of, mages being, locked up in the... Instead of, like, the mages being, like, locked up in the Circle of Magi, the mages are the ones who actually rule the country. So I do have, for lack of a better word, something of a controversial playstyle as a mage. I always go for Spirit Healer, and
I don't know who you are, friend, but you made a serious mistake coming here.
Lieutenant, I want everyone in the clearing, now!
Captain! Your men are dead, and
Hello,
your trap has
sexy.
failed. I suggest running back to your master while you can.
You're going nowhere, slave.
I am not a slave. I apologize. When I asked Anso to provide a distraction for the hunters, I had no idea they'd be so numerous.
Don't worry. We do this sort of thing often.
Impressive. My name is Fenris. These men were Imperial bounty hunters, seeking to recover a Magister's lost property, namely myself. They were trying to lure me into the open. Crude as their methods were, I could not face them alone. Thankfully, Anso chose wisely.
Everything Anso said was a lie, then?
Not everything. Your employer was simply not who you believed.
If you couldn't fight them, why not just run?
There comes a time when you must stop running, when you turn and face the tiger.
That seems like a lot of effort to find one slave.
It is.
Does this have something to do with those markings?
Yes. I imagine I must look strange to you. I did not receive these markings by choice. Even so, they have served me well. Without them, I would still be a slave.
Anso's job did seem a little too easy.
Perhaps the deception was unnecessary. If so, I'm sorry. I've become too accustomed to hiding. If I may ask, what was in the chest? The one they kept in the house?
It was empty.
I suppose it was too much to hope for. Even so, I had to know.
You were expecting something else?
I was, but I shouldn't have. It was bait, nothing more.
All that for an empty chest?
No, there's more. It's as I thought. My former master accompanied them to the city. I know you have questions, but I must confront him before he flees. I will need your help.
It sounds like you intend to do more than just talk.
Daenerys wants to strip the flesh from my bones, and has sent so many hunters that I've lost count. And before that, he kept me on a leash like a Qunari mage, a personal pet to mock Qunari custom. So, yes, I intend to do more than just talk.
Looks like it's going to be a long night.
I will find a way to repay you. I swear it. The Magister is staying at a mansion in Hightown. Meet me there as soon as you can. We must enter before morning.
Here we go!
Oh, okay, we're fighting now. Now, the one downside about using the spirit healer like this is it deactivates all of my... I can't use my offensive abilities. Actually, I'm wondering, can I... So yeah, the dog is not a companion like he was in past games, or in the past game. He is a summon you get. It's a sustained ability, kind of like the, kind of like summoning the wolves and the spiders were in the first game as a rogue. Where's the Hanged Man? Because I realize I've never gone into the Hanged Man at night. Maybe that's what I've been... Plus, I mean, this way, if nothing, I can just leave the Hanged Man, and that will let me travel to... That'll take me to the city map. That's what I am after. Oh. Oops. Drop the controller, and a battery pack popped out. Again, no, not yet. Okay. Tranquility and bait and switch. We're doing bait and switch first because, well, that's the Fenris recruitment quest. Let's see, which one is that one? That's Daenerys' mansion. Sorry, it's been a little bit of time since I've played this, so I don't 100% have the map memorized like I once did. It's like I can still do like my stun spells, but yeah, my since I'm the only one over here fighting, I may as well deactivate that ability. And I will say, I feel for the most part, the Spirit Healer is a lot more useful in this game than it was in the first, but again, that may have to do with the fact that other... Because like when I first played this game, I played a mage and I played the Force Mage, and I wasn't all that impressed by it. Then, I don't really like using the Blood Mage. I don't really like, for the most part, any of the classes in any of the games that are like, use this and you slowly get hurt, but it buffs you. I never find those abilities that worthwhile. That could just be me. So this game, even more so than the first one, you do want to be checking in on your companions periodically, since checking in on them periodically is how you get the personal quest for the most part. Now, in like Fenris's case, you do actually have to have him in your party at a certain point in Act 2 if you want to continue his personal quest, which I do think is a little unfortunate, but given the context, I get it. I just wish they'd like programmed in, you know, a way to be like, hey, BT Dubs, this happened to me, you gotta help me, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't have a proper solution to deal with that. I just... Okay, and we are going to need to wrap up the stream after
no
we
one has left the mansion, but I've heard nothing within. Daenerys may know we're here. I wouldn't put it past him.
I could stand to know a little more about this Daenerys.
He is a magister of the Tevinter Imperium.
Oh, is that all? Nothing to worry about then.
There, he is a wealthy mage with great influence. Here, he is but a man who sweats like any other when death comes for him.
What's the worst that could happen?
I do not fear death. That does not mean we should be reckless.
Let's be reckless. Oh. I'm not mistaken. Okay. He actually... yeah, that's interesting. Since, unlike Meryl, he actually, like, joins the party for his quest rather than just kind of be a companion with you during it. Yeah, interesting. Excuse me.
I am not afraid.
Thank you for announcing that we're here, buddy. Who am I kidding? I can't stay mad at you. And I'm gonna stick with mana. Regen.
Get ready!
for him. Can you hear me? Your pets cannot stop us.
No, but they'll do a damn good job at trying. So that aura that I have that I put on when I activate my activate my class ability, that increases the healing of my allies when standing next to me. Or maybe I should say it increases the healing. It heals them slowly. And fortunately, if I end up being like, nah, I don't feel like being a spirit healer for this playthrough after all. Like I said, the Black Emporium is in this. Activate my. Ooh, I didn't actually activate it. That explains why no one is getting healed in that last fight. I thought I hit the button, but really I didn't. But yeah, I can respec myself. Take do other stuff. Then again, maybe, well, no, I don't plan on having Anders as part of my main team, so I am going to want to still be the healer just since I'm the only one who can revive allies. Something I do appreciate about the Dragon Age games as they do go on, like the first two Dragon Age games, if a person goes down, you have to have a mage with the revive ability in order to get them back up. But I think starting in Dragon Age Inquisition, and I think it was the same thing in Veilguard, it did more of a if an ally is down, you as an individual can run up to them and get them, pull them back up. I always keep forgetting to activate the dog because, I mean, at least with like the summons in the first game with the spider, the wolf, or whatever, it lasted as long as you were in an area. You'd only have to resummon them when you've left the area. Whereas here, I think it only lasts as long as the fight is active.
Easy as pie.
There we go. Now that I actually got his cunning up a bit more, he is picking a lot more locks now.
That should do it.
Gone. I'd hoped... No, it doesn't matter any longer. I assumed Denarius left valuables behind. Take them if you wish. I need some air.
Thank you. I'm glad it warps us right back up here so we can collect our That's significantly better. But that is a substantial jump in armor, so I'm going to take it.
It never ends. I escaped a land of dark magic, only to have it hunt me at every turn. It is a plague burned into my flesh and my soul. And now I find myself in the company of yet another mage. I saw you casting spells inside. I should have realized sooner what you really were. Tell me then, what manner of mage are you? What is it that you seek?
I'm just trying to get by.
Yet I have seen many crimes done in the name of survival.
If you have a problem with my sister, you have a problem with me.
Thanks, Carver.
I imagine I appear ungrateful. If so, I apologize, for nothing could be further from the truth. I did not find Daenerys, but I still owe you a debt. Here is all the coin I have, as Anso promised. Should you find yourself in need of assistance, I would gladly render it.
I'm planning an expedition I might need help with.
Fair enough.
That was
Should
weird.
you ever have need of me, I will be here.
I pressed
If Daenerys
down because I
wishes
wanted
his
to ask
mansion
him to
back,
help a
he
mage.
is free to return and claim it. Beyond that, I am at your disposal.
Oh, well, at least I didn't accidentally tell him no. Because that would have been gut-wrenching. Wait, what? Well, okay, it's probably just because I'm a mage. If I remember correctly, that's, Well, no, maybe it's the survival. Maybe I should have said nothing. Maybe he would like that better.
Egregio Pavali. There are 6 bottles in the cellar. Daenerys used to have me pour it for his guests. My appearance intimidated them, he said, which he enjoyed.
I can't imagine why they would be put off.
I'll take that as a compliment. It's good I can still take pleasure in the small things.
You could have offered me a glass first, you know?
There's more, if you're really interested.
Perish the thought. How else would you redecorate the walls?
I've wanted to leave my past behind me, but it won't stay there. Tell me, have you never wanted to return to Ferelden?
I have no home left to return to.
The Blight is over. You could rebuild what you lost. Do you truly not want to?
Even if I wanted to. Kirkwall is my home now.
Having a place where you can put down roots, I understand. Still, to have the option must be gratifying.
Maybe it's just me, but it sounds like you want to stick around.
I could see myself staying, for the right reasons. I should thank you again for helping me against the hunters.
Yes, you should.
Had I known Ansel would find me a woman so capable, I might have asked him to look sooner.
You sound like you're about to ask for a loan.
Well, this mansion does require some upkeep. Perhaps I'll practice my flattery for your next visit. With any luck, I'll become better at it.
Oh, I love you.
We should move on.
I agree. I just wanted to check. Just to make sure that you didn't have anything else for me. Yeah, Fenris is definitely my type. Okay, we're gonna just pop out here just so when we come back we can just go do Anders' thing. Hopefully maybe Isabella's thing will become available. So I do know one thing, and this is arguably a complaint. This one I'll be a little more, okay, it's time to do list stuff, if you know what I mean. Just because the quests are they're a lot less tedious to check off, at least in my humble opinion, compared to the first game. Alright, thank you all for joining me tonight. I don't know. Abby is going to be busy again in the evenings, like, for the next foreseeable future, so there's a possibility there'll be more streams in the evening. I can't promise anything, mostly just due to time. When I get off work, that is a variable, and just if I fill up for it, you know. So, I'm going to leave you all. Yeah, like I said, just look out. There might be more streams in the evenings in the coming days. There might not be. Then there'll be the usual streams on the weekend, and yeah, I'm not sure when, but I'll see you guys then. Good night.